Hey guys, this is Blogga the Hut, the world's slowest gamer. Today I'm going to be talking about Destiny. Yep, that's right, Destiny 1. I've been playing it, still playing through that game. I'm a little bit ahead of what I'm talking about today, but I like playing it at my own time and just exploring it. I really like doing the patrol mode where you just get to explore the Cosmodrome, finding out cool new areas, and picking up some hints as to the lore, especially by fighting the Fallen and picking up some of the items that they drop, which I'm going to go through now. Temper cloth is a special material used by the Fallen in their clothing and in their banners. Information encoded into monofilament wires contains the history of their houses, and these are desirable by the cryptarchs to piece together lost history. Ether is a gas-like substance that the Fallen depend on to survive. It can only be created by servitors, which is why they have this strange worshipping relationship with these machines. The amount of ether granted seems to directly affect their growth, which is why Archons are so much bigger than other Fallen, though it does tend to be seen in Destiny that the more dark you are, the bigger that you are. And I'd like to see maybe in Destiny 2 or Destiny 3 the reverse, where maybe the more affected by the light you are, you suddenly become this gigantic guardian. But anyway, maybe that's just a pipe dream on my part. Ether sups are dropped by dregs and are gathered by interested members in the tower. The in-game messages say that they are useful salvage, but to my mind it's a bit more like asset denial and scalping your enemies and being rewarded for bringing back proof of their death. Similarly, ether seeds are rewarded in-game. They grant you glimmer for every time you kill a Fallen, but again, in my mind, in my sort of head canon, that's more like proof of death and being rewarded by some nameless person in the city just for taking down any Fallen you can. Nerve interface docking caps are possessed by dregs and presumably other Fallen classes as well, and data can be obtained by them, so I'd assume again that they allow the Fallen to link to their service or somehow, and perhaps qualify their portions of ether. Induction rods are carried by vandals and have energy systems in them which make them useful salvage for the city. Shock cores are used to power Fallen weapons and equipment, and also are a key component of their grenades. Fusor proxy drives look identical and are used to power Shank drones. Speaking of Shank drones, swivel turrets are the main weapons of Shanks, and they are valuable for use in the weapons systems of the city. And lastly, which we have wire wraps, which I think are fairly self-explanatory. It was honestly quite difficult to get any lore about these items, but I suppose they wrap wire. Personally, my drive for these quests is not so much to gain lore or gain glimmer or anything else. It's more to immerse myself in the larger story. So again, my headcanon for all of this is not so much collecting these items as salvage, but more that it's just proof that you've killed the Fallen, and the salvage is more of a kind of bonus side effect of that. As well as patrols, there are public events. They add a level of spontaneity to the game. That something all of a sudden this event can happen whether you're midway through a mission or just exploring, like when these Taken just start popping out of nowhere. And there are a few items and events that are unique to public events. Pikes are vehicles deployed in roving bands by the Fallen. They're slower than sparrows, but they are equipped with 2 cannons. They can be captured and ridden by guardians, which is a lot of fun, a bit like capturing a ghost in Halo. Another event involves the Fallen drilling for glimmer in the ground. It's not clear whether they use it as currency like humans do, but it is known as programmable matter, so they may have another use for it. Warsats are an ancient satellite defense network connected to the great war mines of old. Periodically, warsats will fall to the Earth and are fought over by Fallen and humanity for the data and technology they contain, which always makes for a fun event. And that is it for today's video. This is everything I've covered on Patrol. Guys, do check me out on WordPress and also on Twitter, but for now, thank you very much for watching.